WAYMO is coming out to see you.
WAYMO's wait list is no more. The company's self-driving robo-taxis are now open to everyone looking to catch a driverless ride.
The driverless ride service expands to you Angelinos with your pinkies up. You guys are going to have WAYMO.
The announcement was made earlier today. The company WAYMO, owned by Alphabet, says there were 300,000 Angelinos who were on its wait list. As you both mentioned, that wait list is now gone.
Aiden, have you been in a WAYMO?
I have not.
It's an autonomous, robotic taxi. It even smiles at you. It has your name in the thing when it picks you up. My daughter goes to school. Hallelujah. Dad don't have to drive. It's bad. In a WAYMO. Now, my wife and I are like, well, they taught us when we were young, don't get into a car with a stranger, and by darn it, don't get in a car with no driver. I mean, think about it. We come a long way, but WAYMO is now offered to folks out of the L.A. County area now, in all fairness. Mm-hmm. They have nothing to do with the 405 because even here in Arizona, the autonomous robo-taxis do not go on the freeway. Mm-mm. Those computers that get a little overheated on the freeway, I guess.
I can't even imagine. I mean, if a traffic jam is a traffic jam, whether you're driving or not.
But now here in Arizona, Phoenix area, of course, city of Chandler, which are location there, Chandler and Dobson, Desert Car Care. We've been working closely with the city. The city of Chandler was one of the few cities to have their city streets codified, however you want to pronounce that, to where their streets could handle autonomous vehicles.
Wow.
And so WAYMO was a big deal out here, for years. And I don't want to say we got used to it. It's still a trip to see a vehicle with nobody in it. What would you do in a vehicle with nobody?
That's usually the first thing. You're like, wow, who's driving it? Oh, that's a cool car. Who's driving it? You're like, wait a minute, nobody's driving it? Is this a trick? Is this a game? Or
it's a Tesla.
Right. No, I like it. I think WAYMO is going to continue to be a hit. Of course, that's under the Google Alphabet owned company. It's going to cover, I guess there was about 300,000 eager folks from L.A. that lined up.
So do you sign up?
You sign up. There's a waiting list. There's 300,000 people. You get the little WAYMO app.
Right.
But it's official. It's coming to L.A. To give you an idea, WAYMO is really growing. Right. I told you my daughter. Mm-hmm. By the way, she didn't put her seatbelt on. WAYMO yells at you. You get some guy.
Rightly so.
You need to put your seatbelt on. They want folks to be safe, but WAYMO offers approximately, take a guess about how many rides a week do you think WAYMO's doing? Throw out a number.
I'd say roughly about, in California, maybe.
Not yet. California's still, but here in Arizona, which is somewhat proven, how many weekly rides do you think they?
I'd say smaller number, roughly around maybe 300.
You said 300?
300 to maybe 5, depending on how popular it is right now. 300
to 500. Ken, you want to up the ante? How many weekly rides do you think WAYMO offers? This gentleman just said 300 to 500. I will tell you, he's not even close. We need to bump it up.
At least a minimum 1,000.
That's a bunch of
just throwing a number out there.
Well, I was saying
that's a lonely city.
Smaller number because WAYMOs aren't as popular right now.
They're getting popular. Ken, what do you say? How many
I would say
weekly?
1,000.
1,000, so double that?
All right.
Or more, actually.
150,000.
I was way off.
There you go.
I was like,
I had the right numbers. I just need an extra zero.
I mean, you're out in Gila Bend doing WAYMO. Go city. City of Phoenix is huge. I mean, we're number 5 in the country. Imagine going to L.A.
But, the
other
thing,
300,000
are you on the top of the list? I mean, the older generation, I guess you could say, would you be on the top of the list or the bottom of the list? It was like,
I think this is a big deal. I think it's future.
It's a good question. I
don't know how they do the list. I think it's first come, first served.
I'm thinking personal. It's like, you want to see somebody else do it first, and now I'm going to try it. But I think the younger generation would be like, I'm all for it.
My daughter loves it. I think it's practical. It's safe. So a lot of my Uber and Lyft drivers, I don't know how you knew. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like, man, they said robots are going to take my job someday, but it's here. I mean, I think we're still a long ways to go.
It's going there. And I imagine early on, maybe 20 years ago, there come a point where we might not even have cars anymore. you'll summons a vehicle, it'll come to your house, it'll do your thing, and then when it's time, it's similar to, what we're doing now with the apps and things, and you never know, you don't have to own a car anymore. It's just it's already set up for you.